Where are we going? North.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby. Your presence requested in exchange for treasures.
Ripper.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. We are in the middle of the cartoon Each Outta Time, and the biker gang belonging to the mob boss Fozzie came speeding towards Brigadoon's brigade, and they were handily destroyed by our team here. And then Fozzie himself putted up to his former underlings, spouted some gibberish, and they're all back in action.
I told you guys they were just sleeping.
That one is missing half of its face.
That's unfortunate.
I never thought I'd ask.
Very obvious goose bites.
Is that guy
Sorry.
okay?
Yes, goose teeth bites.
I mean, he might be okay. He's walking. He's looking okay. He's awake.
I was talking about you.
Me? Oh, I'm just fine.
Oh, okay.
Gobby Jack.
Ripper.
Gizmo.
It's just like a
I'm not doing this.
Brigadoon's
Okay, we're
brigade.
joining the fun.
He's just like, fuck you guys.
Cameron joining the fun. Come on, Cameron. Cameron
Cameron would rather not be here right now.
Yeah, you just see Cameron. He's just like, you know what?
He's still walking towards us, guys.
Huh? He just became ethereal. I don't even know what that means.
Ripper immediately starts charging through the group once more.
So, are the zombie bikers coming to starting to attack us, or are they just kind of raising from the dead?
So they are merely risen, and Fozzie is looking at the group. He then begins saying,
I feel like we need a translator.
You know what? If he's making the dead guys stand up, maybe if we hit him, they'll sit down.
Can I use Ripper Nose to determine?
you absolutely can use Ripper Nose to
All
determine the intent behind this.
So I'm going to do that. That is a 12.
So
without modifiers, so that's like, I don't know, I'm not even going to bother putting them in.
Yeah,
Wait, 12 on the die. So
Yeah.
critical success.
yeah, so that makes it a boon. So you add double your star power to the roll as well, so which would be 6. So you're adding 10. So you got a 22
Yep.
in the human tier of. So you definitely know. You always know. So you hear just straight up gibberish, and you're looking at this dude, and you look around and you're like, all right, Fozzie wants us to put on a concert. All right, I'll stop doing the accent. He wants us to put on a concert to draw out the other mob bosses and raise money. And while that itself makes basically no sense to you, you know that he wholeheartedly believes that you putting on a live concert in the middle of the desert is going to bring the other mob bosses out of their secure facilities so that you can safely battle them.
Well, if I think the only one of us that has any kind of musical talent is Gobby Jack, so this one's on you.
That's true. I could serenade them with the horn.
Don't screw this up.
Ripper
I can't promise anything.
Ripper not only plays guitar, I also play people's faces.
And you just smash one of the zombies while you say it.
Yeah.
Say, don't write me.
So, Gobby Jack then, he's gonna jump on the goose and take off real quick. And maybe about 5 minutes later, he comes back, and he's just got he's carrying all these different horns. He can't hold all of them. He's trying to balance on the back of the goose. And there's horns falling off the pile and stuff. And he's like, "Okay, guys, let's learn how to play." And he goes and starts handing horns out to everybody, including the zombies and the dead guy and Fozzie, because he's just not aware that some people are bad and some people aren't.
So then you distribute all of these horns, and then Fozzie just goes, "Argh," and holds his arms out, And from the desert, it begins to rumble, and a stage just rises from the desert. And behind that, you see these like large curtains and massive speakers all coming up, and there are all of these plugs. And you're like, where's this power coming from?
Dumpster. We're the central hub of everything.
Gizmo is like, wow, this is some like intense magic going on here. And there's all of the plugs can be plugged straight into the horns to amplify them.
Awesome. I've never been this loud before.
Welcome.
What are you going to attempt here?
So if we've got to put on a live concert, let's put on a live concert. Gobby Jack thinks he knows what he's doing, considering he's the hornblower and the thinker. So he's going to start to segment people out into different parts of the orchestra. I'm not a musical guy, so I don't know what you call that, but like different segments of the orchestra. But instead of like strings and brass and woodwinds, there's just all horns. Horns made of everything. There's horns made of geese teeth and geese trachea and geese feet. All of them are made of geese, but they're made of all these different type of geese parts. You're not really sure what part of the goose you're putting your lips on.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Cameron is not doing this.
So
Cameron just smashes his horn.
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't want to play the horn, you can be the conductor.
Okay. Do.
I should have seen that coming.
So yeah, he sings, and then like, oh god, what's a good song to play? Because of copyrights, all we can play is the intro song to the show.
Oh my god, yes. So Ripa walks up to the mic.
Dope.
In role-playing games.
All right, cool. So
Welcome to Deges and Dragons.
yeah,
Therapeutic benefit role-playing. Anyway,
Cameron is standing before the stage, directing using particular fingers. We've got Fozzie kind of just like sitting like in the back on a chair, and he's kind of the magical source of everything ongoing here. Then we've got Gobby Jack and all of the zombies, all with different horns. Rip is on the mic, and we've got Gizmo dancing. That leaves Casanova, which what would Casanova be doing here? I don't know if Casanova necessarily buys into this whole concert deal either, and is kind of just walking the outskirts for in case there's something else going on here. This is like the careful leader of the group. So we begin blaring this song, and you can see in the distance that there is the building from the beginning of the episode, and you see that there are giant spotlights on the top of the building that all of a sudden all direct toward the stage. So you know you're being heard over here. And then you see in the far distance in the other direction, the ominous golden arch lights up and begins flashing. So you know that this concert is at minimum disturbing Don Giuseppe Alamancia and Seamus McFish. So you continue with your show, and at the end of the show,
we've made it into the Degecast theme at this point.
You made it into the Degecast theme, and you do see that there are goons. You don't see Don Giuseppe nor Seamus among them, but you do see goons from the Italian mob as well as the Irish mob that have come as representatives to shut the concert down.
Oh, we can't have that. Because if they don't want the concert, that means we're doing something they don't want us to do, which means I want to do that now.
So I see all these people heading in this direction, and I go backstage and grab a bunch more horns, and I got a bigger pile than I had last time, and I start
still
like,
not blowing a horn.
that's fine, you broke yours, you lost out. And I start walking over to like the crowd, like the hordes of people walking this way, and I just start throwing horns at them. Horns for everybody! Let's get up here! Come on, let's make music, everybody! And Gobby Jack is so excited that he's finally got somebody else to play horns with. And not only that, if he can get all of them hooked on the horns, he finally can open up his hornsmith shop and sell horns to people.
So Gobby Jack is very excited about what he perceives to be going on here.
Yes.
Gizmo starts sniffing the air, and he smells the presence of food magic, which he knows is like something that you ingest that empowers you, and that's coming from one group. And he then smells bubble magic from the other one, and you know that this is like when people are sprayed with magical bubbles, they're also briefly empowered. So the one group that has the bubble magic, they're all wearing these they're wearing designer suits, but then their shirts are all like weird frill of old, so it doesn't quite match. It's like old, super old, top of the line fashion with like fairly modern top of the line fashion, or at least, with us now, not post-apocalypse. So yeah, they're kind of weird with that presentation. And then the other group, they're all wearing like fast food uniforms, like aprons and the hats and gloves, and they're all coming in. You can smell the magic on both of them. So you know that they've been briefly empowered, which, to you, you're like, why would that happen unless they were looking to fight? Cameron's own instincts with the way he inhales oxygen, he kind of looks at the ones wearing the fast food uniforms, and he just kind of gets like a vibe, like they might be powered kind of the same way I am. And then Ripa, just his own gut instincts again, is like, these people are probably coming to throw down. But Gobby Jack is just distributing horns and is like overjoyed at putting on a grander show.
My new friends, let's learn how to play the horn.
So I sing to the mic, I go, "Hi there, friends. Oh, I've got a song for you." And I take the mic stand and I just charge at them with the mic stand.
Nice.
Mosh pit!
Mosh pit. So Ripa is making it clear that he's going to initiate combat. You do see Casanova Brigadoon has snuck around to the backside, and you see his robes come off. So he's ready to fight as well. The blade's out, robes are off. And just because of the time for the premiere, obviously our intent is to throw down, but let's all make the most grandiose of our abilities. So Ripa with the mic stand. We'll figure out. But Ripa can do plenty of stuff with that. Everyone else kind of like, what are we doing here to have just pure mayhem with this battle?
I think Cameron Steele is going to try to break down Gobby Jack's worldview.
I think Gizmo is going to try to disguise himself to infiltrate one of the groups of zombies.
As an anthropomorphic toilet.
Stay here too.
Guys, you're on in a half an hour.
Yeah. Okay, so you see Gizmo uses his magic to transform himself into one of the mobsters to get, disguise himself and infiltrate from behind.
So really, it's just a Pomeranian in like a pinstripe suit.
Oh, you're not even okay. All right. So yeah, you're just dressing like them.
Yeah, exactly.
The pinstripe suit with like the frill.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a fedora or something too. Like
yeah. And you just walk up to them, and they like don't even notice. They're like, yeah.
Hey, yeah, a mob, right?
So yeah, what are you doing to break down my worldview, Cameron Steele?
So Cameron's just gonna walk up next to Gobby after he's finished passing out all of his horns, and he's gonna lean down next to him. He's like, "You know what, Gobby? I see what you're doing here. It's like you're passing out all of these horns. You're trying to get these people addicted to horn blowing, just like you are. And you're gonna open up a shop, the only shop who's gonna offer these horns. I had a buddy back in my world who did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Except instead of horns, it was cocaine.
What's cocaine?
It's kind of like horns.
Do you blow it?
We gotta edit that out.
My friend sold apples.
Yes.
Yeah, just do like a very
do it like that.
So you mean he basically took my exact bottle and he made a business out of it already?
Well, yeah, that's what you're doing. You're systematically breaking down these people's will, making them addicted to the thing that you're addicted to, that you're going to be the only source of, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just like me.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was going to have a different effect on you, but clearly you are so stupid.
I mean, I'm the thinker.
While this is going on, you just see you just hear the hum of Casanova's blade, and while we don't see him actually cut a person in half, we do see just somebody drop to the ground. And at that point, right after that, we hear just Rippa mid-air, with the thing, and then the camera cuts over to Gizmo, who's just in the suit, looking around, this is cool. And then we cut back to Fozzie, who just is from his chair and just goes, ugh. And all of the zombies holding horns, they all just smash them into shanks, and they begin charging in, and then it says, "To be continued."
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.